it as an opportunity.
Yes, 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 yes. Anyone else?
It's just like half a glass of water, is it full or half empty?
Yeah. Is it recording?
Yeah, yes, it's recording.
Okay. Say that again, Prabhu.
It's like a half a glass of water, is it half full or
Half empty, yeah. Yes, better.
The opportunity is if a different brand is way better, someone else will steal it and make it even better.
Yes.
So, and both of them will fight together which company is better. So the opportunity is it's not about stealing others brands. It's all about working together.
Wow, that's quite amazing. And he's thinking on a different level. Very nice. Thank you, Beta. Thank you for sharing. There was this guy who was going for a sales trip, and he woke up in the morning. He had a very big day of sales. He woke up in the morning and he looked outside. Oh my goodness, it's thunderstorms. I can't sell anything today. So he takes a day off because he can't. And there is another guy, few blocks away. He wakes up in the morning. He had a big sales day. He looked outside. He got, oh my goodness, there's thunder and storm. No other salesperson will be there on the road. So I'm gonna sell a lot. So same situation, different perspective. Why? Why do we have so many different perspectives of the same thing? Why? Like, what's the reason behind it? Why do we have different perspective?
Based on the need, it creates the opportunities. If the same street, Warner says like, if you sell those tools, I will give 1 million. That means you sell everything.
Yeah.
If I will give you $5 means I just leave.
Yeah. So you're talking about opportunity only. Yeah, that's very good. What is the perspective like? Seriously, if you think about it, and let me rephrase the question. How is this lesson relevant for our devotion?
Giving up is more easy than trying.
Giving up is more easier than trying. Yes, yes. And in terms of bhakti, how do you relate it?
Because it's a
Can't do 16 rounds.
Love it.
Too hard basket.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow,
Very nice.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Thank you. So, आपको पता है why there are not many people in here, and where do you think majority of Melbourne is right now?
Christmas party.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
Holidays or parties, but what of them is towards school, college or high school. So the people are a student, high school, college, or all of those schools. They want to be more educated.
Oh yeah! Is that why you go to school? Oh, very good. I never went to school with that attitude. So very good. Very proud of you. So why people are not here? Because there is different perspective. क्या होता है कि we all have issues. Like अगर हम लोग बोलेंगे just because we are in bhakti, we will not have any problems. ऐसा नहीं है. If it's raining outside, whoever gets into the rain will get wet. However, you cannot change rain, but what you can do is you can take an umbrella. So for devotees, for people who are in bhakti, what happens is it's not that they will never get any problems. They will get problems, but they will be very prepared. They will be prepared for it. वो सुबह उठ के नहीं बोलेंगे अरे यार आज तो बारिश हो रही है, such a bad day. They will just go up yesterday.
They'll see it in a different perspective.
They will see it in a different perspective, yeah. And that different perspective is the only point of difference. I was reading an article in what's the name of the journal? I forgot. It's one of the medical journal on psychology. They said the only thing which is sure, the only defeat is one. You know what is the only, I'm not talking about spiritually, psychologically. The only defeat is death. Death is the only defeat. The rest is not a defeat. So if someone is going through a bad time, what does that mean? It's an opportunity for us to find out our strength. Sometimes we ask God, Bhagwan, please help me become courageous. Okay? Please help me become courageous. And then suddenly God sends a lion in front of you. And then you run away and say, God, what are you doing? You ask, God will say, you asked me for courage. I'll give you something so that you can actually bring out that courage from you. Yeah? So God will give you those difficulties as a trainer, not as a punisher. When we go to personal trainer, he tells us, he's like screaming at us, like, you, one more. We never go stand up and slap him. Hey, shut up, how dare you talk to me like this? We never do that. But when it comes to God, we say, I'm not going to believe you anymore because you had given me so many issues now. So in our life, the perspective is very, very important. What we think will be similar for nearly everyone. But who we are depends on how we look at it first. So the game starts from mind, and usually they say, I don't know, in sales, Prabhu, you would know, 90% of the game of success and failure is up here, and 10% is your strategy, your plans, your implementations. Everything is only 10%. The 90% is up here.
Mindset, yeah.
Mindset. So, anyone else want to share what they've learned from the video? Yes, better.
If you make a brand, if you try to show to the public, you will not know what they are. So you need to think in your brain. How will you decide this? So just one brand I heard from YouTube. They said he did all of them. It was from India, and all of them didn't know what. And it was chocolate bar. It was like a chocolate
Chocolate bar?
No, it's like a company, but a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
And the guy who made it didn't know how to implement it.
How to sell it. Yeah.
Yes, and he got a smart idea to put it on luxury packages.
Yeah.
And put it on fancy hotels, all of those.
Yeah.
It's not all about making more money and being a better brand. It's all about thinking how to
Market it? Brand it?
Yes.
He's an entrepreneur, man. That's his mindset is like that. That's amazing. There was a guy who wanted to go. He went to a university, and their cafe had all these cookies and all these sweets at the front. And they were doing a regime on health and well-being. So what he did is they asked these big people to come and give them suggestions, and they created all of these different posters put everywhere. Nothing happened, yeah. And then this little girl, who was the daughter of the person who was putting the poster, she goes, "Daddy, why are we putting this poster?" And he goes, "Because we are doing a campaign. We want to inspire people to eat healthy food." You know what she said? If you want to inspire people to eat healthy food, give them healthy food. Look, you put a poster there, and there's a big cookie jar right underneath it. So you change those things that are in front of us, and you people will, when they come, all you have to do is make sure those healthy items are there, and they will have a non-healthy items as well, but healthy items are there at the front. And then what will happen is people will come and they see, okay, I have two options. One is healthy, one is non-healthy. If someone is really craving, they will go for the non-healthy. And they realize that 30% people reduced their weight and became more healthy just by organizing the shelves in a different way. So you're right, beta. That's another way of looking at it. All right, so let's look at what we did last 6, 7, 8 weeks. So in first chapter, what we did is from verse 1 to 11, there was a preparation for war. Then 12 to 20, it was signs of victory for Pandavas. And then 21 to 27, we saw Krishna as Bhakta Vatsala. What is the meaning of Bhakta Vatsala? Huh? Yes, he's a lover of devotees, you know. And then we saw Arjun had 5 reasons for not fighting. What were the reasons? Actually, I need this as well.
Oh, sorry.
It needs to have TV. So maybe Prabhu, give it to Prabhu. So, what are the 5 reasons? Compassion. Towards who?
Towards the family.
Towards Kauravas. Second, enjoyment. What was that? Anybody remembers?
Like there will be no one with whom I'll enjoy.
Yeah, I will win the war, then who will I enjoy with? Third one was fear of sinful reaction. What was that?
I'm gonna kill my family. I'll be like.
Sin. It's a sin, killing your family, yes. Destruction of family tradition. What was that? There was a big discussion.
Like only female will be left.
Yes, all the men will die, female will be left, and there will be no one to protect them. And then what will happen is, the unscrupulous, so all the warrior family men, they will die. The unscrupulous men, they will take advantage of the women, and they will actually try and have, and they will create, it will destroy the family tradition, and they will create Varna Shankara. You saw that. And the last one was indecision. So in indecision only aayega 2.6 mein. So you're gonna start the first chapter. And first text of second chapter. I'm gonna say the words and you repeat after me, and then I'll give you a chance to read it. Sanjay Vacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanah. Sanjaya Vacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanah. Sanjay Vacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanah. Sanjay Vacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanah. Sanjay Vacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanah.
Do you want to read the translation?
Okay. Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna spoke the following words.
So what's happening is Sanjay, what did Sanjay say? Sanjay said, this is the verse spoken by, is there any other verse spoken by Sanjay? Which one? 1.1. Yeah? Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Anybody remember that verse? Do you remember?
Dharmakshetre
Oh
Kurukshetre.
yeah, first, second one.
Second one.
No, yes. Dharmashetre, Kurukshetra.
Samavetayuchamaha Mamaka Pandavachaiva. Kima Kurvata Sanjaya.
Then what did Sanjay say?
Sanjaya Uvacha Duspadu Pandavanikam Uddam Tu Vyochanastada Agavyamupasangamya Vacha Vachanam Prapravi.
Very nice. So Sanjay, so 1.2 was Sanjay, and this one is first verse of the second 2.1 is Sanjay verse. Sanjay is saying that Arjun is full of compassion, and his mind is depressed, his eyes are full of tears, and he's calling Krishna as, what is the name that he's calling Krishna as? Madhusudana. You know who Madhu was?
Yes.
Who was it?
He's a demon.
He's a demon. What was the one thing that he did? जिसके रेफरेंस में ये इस यहाँ पर बोला है मधुसूदन. So Madhu was the first hacker. You know, when people hack, he was the first hacker. उसने क्या चुराया था? Anybody knows? He stole something. So Madhu stole something. What was the thing that he stole? Anybody knows? No. Anybody? He stole Vedas. He stole the knowledge. So why is he calling Krishna as Madhusudan? Is he saying, Krishna, you are the killer of the demon Madhu who stole the knowledge. Similarly, my knowledge is stolen by what? My knowledge is stolen by my own mind. So please help me. So Madhusudan, so that's why everything that we read, every verse has different names for Krishna, and then Krishna calls different names for Arjun. Everything has a context behind it. It's not कि ऐसे ही नहीं बोल दिया किसी को. And then, like for example, he calls him Konteya, and all those words. When he's calling him all these names, he's mentioning something. He's pointing at something specific. So we'll keep talking about that. Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he says, is that no one knows where the compassion. So in this manner, in this context, Arjun forgot where his compassion should be directed towards. So he was compassionate about something which he should not be. वो क्या है? We'll go to the next one. So Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he says, a man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress. So I remember when I first time went to the temple, and I entered and darshan kare, and then suddenly I was leaving and I saw this guy coming to do a class. So I thought, oh, I have time, let me sit. And the first thing he said, it was a Bhavad Gita class, and he said that this guy, so imagine some people are standing on the bridge, and one person he jumps into the water, and everyone starts screaming, hey, please save him, please save him, please save him. So one person actually went, he jumped in, and so they knew that he's going to bring him to the shore, so they all went to the shore to help him. So by the time he got out of the water, he only had this guy's jacket. So they said, hey, where is the guy? He said, here is the guy. He said, no, this is the jacket. Where is the guy? He said, no, this is the guy. He said, you were screaming, find that red jacket person jumped, can you save him? So I just grabbed the jacket and I pulled him out, pulled this outside, and this is the man. And I was thinking, what a stupid explanation, ये क्या है यार, कोई jacket को बचा कर आ रहा है, he's saying is the God. And then he explained what he meant. The speaker said, this body is like a jacket. We do everything to protect this body. What do? We since we were little, we try to decorate this body, cover this body, you know, everything to do with this body. This body has relationships, like, you know, this body, so we do everything to satisfy this body, but the person, so this man on the shore, he slapped the guy, he said, hey, you just protected the jacket, the man is drowned. And then he told us, you guys, and he said, not you, all of us are the same. We are trying to protect this jacket. We do everything for this jacket. What efforts are we putting in to save the man, the human being inside this jacket? How much are we doing? So, I want you to close your eyes, all of you. Please close your eyes, take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. One more time, breathing in. And slowly breathe out. Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to ask you to think about if this is your average day. You're waking up in the morning, doing whatever you need to do, whether you have to get ready for work or school, whatever it is. You think of all of that. You eating, getting dressed, eating, going there, catching the bus, whatever it is, car, coming back from work, changing your clothes, eating food again, doing household works, and then you're tired and you're going to sleep. Now I'm going to give you 10-15 seconds of silence. I want you to think about this whole thing that you did in the whole day, how much of it was to protect your soul, not the body. How much of it was for your body, and how much was all of this thing that you did on an average day was actually for the soul? Because we are not this body, we are the soul. So I want you to, I'm going to stop for 10 seconds and then we'll talk. Slowly, gradually, and open your eyes. I want you to share some realization. Anyone? Yes, better.
He meant when he saved his jacket, everyone thought he thought he only took it because he thought he only liked that jacket. But he only meant it because he saw the soul is on the jacket. Since you were born, like 0 years old, you wear souvenirs, all of those. Every souvenir is your soul, including like your glasses, that thing, eyes, everything is your soul. Everything you touch is also in your soul. So when he took his jacket, it was his soul.
Not really. We'll talk about that. But good try. Thank you, Vita. Anyone else?
So the soul is something that they fire into your body, and then it is like not just this body, but they after we last birth we are someone else, but not human births, and then after like over trillions of births, we became a human birth, but then that's why we can't just say that we are human being, and then we could, but next time we could might be animal births or like plant births.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the soul, and then that is what the soul is.
Yeah, very good. But from morning till evening, how many things have you done for the soul?
I've not really done that much time.
Very good. Good realization. That's a realization. Can you pass it on the mic over there? Thank you, beta. Well done.
When I close my eyes, like the entire day routine, most of the things, we do only for the body, earning and then usual chores and, cooking, everything. So I think the only time when you, sit and connect to Krishna offer prasad, or you at least you are your own self, you are your soul. So that's the only time that you are spending for your soul, I think.
Agree, 100%.
Yeah,
Thank you.
rest other things, I mean, that's all the daily
So
routine.
give me
Yeah.
the percentage. How much percentage is for your body?
Very less, yeah, very less, yeah, I would say. Yeah, cool.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Same like Mataji told. Like morning when I was closing my eyes and I was thinking what I have done. So early morning, once I wake up, I just send my daughter to school. After that, I just immediately go to my temple. Once both the kids go, I just immediately go to my temple with my daycare kids. They sit with me, and we do like nihane se leke we do everything, prashadam and everything, aarti. We do all those things, and then normal routine start in daycare. But while they are eating, I do my chanting. And while I'm making something, I do some kirtan while feeding them. Like always, like just singing like that. But still, I would say my percentage is very less, because of course I'm all the day, throughout the day, always I'm thinking about Krishna. But still, I will give myself 5%.
I agree, Mataji. Thank you for that.
It's not more.
Thank you for that. Yes, over here, Prabhu.
The realization is that
Closer.
the realization is that most people spend their day giving their dedication to their jacket or their body instead of their soul.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. We all are like that. I mean, you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
I think.
Hey, after you, give the mic. Yeah.
I think soul is required and body as well, because how do you do chanting with the hands? That means body.
Yeah.
Soul with the prayer. That means both are
Very
required.
good. Very good.
God give us both soul and body.
Yes. So how much percentage do you spend on the body of a day?
Usually I 95% body, just like a last 10 minutes.
So you're interested in jacket only, yeah? Like me, I'm interested in only jacket.
Because we need to protect ourselves. If body is there, we can pray God.
Okay, I get it. So you're saying body is important as well.
Yes,
I agree.
because
this top is important for me, because I'm not gonna
Yes.
sit here naked, yeah?
Because
this is important.
yes.
But if I have to protect my body and if I have to choose one, who would I protect? If between this kurta and my body, if I have only one choice to protect either of these, which one should I protect?
Because we are all wise people, we protect something
So
inside.
we protect which is more important for us.
Yes.
For that moment, yeah.
That's priority.
Yeah, that's priority. So we have to take. I have to take care of this kurta, but when it comes to how much time should I invest in this kurta as compared to my body? That is the thing that we are looking for. So you're right. We have to look after our body, but we have to make sure that we understand that this is just the body.
Yes.
This is just a jacket.
So we are just feeding body. We
That's
need
correct.
to feed our soul as well by doing all those things.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Because food is for body, and then it's like devotion is for soul. Simple
Very
answer.
nice. So food is for body, devotion is for the soul. Yes.
So the jacket is just like an illusion.
Yes.
So the material world is like an illusion. So like everything in a material world is just like an illusion.
Yes.
So like a jacket is an illusion, and then we should not practice our illusion, and then so if we so that also that's why the jacket is not important, and then we are just wearing jackets to protect our body.
Yes.
But we are not protecting our soul.
Beautiful. Well done. Thank you, Beta.
So I just have a question. If you like to put like something for your soul, do you have to like actually like spend time doing it, or like if you just think of Krishna, is that like a part of it, or do you actually have to just...
Very good question. Very good. Can I have the mic and I'll explain?
बच्चों का आज इतना अच्छा contribution है.
Yeah. Something has happened to the kids. Okay, so Hare Krishna. So I'll give you your answer. Yeah? Okay, so the question, has anybody, did anyone hear the question? Yeah. The question is, yes, we for our body we have to eat food, but what do we do? What do we need to do to feed our soul? Do we just thinking about, if we think about Krishna, is this enough? Kind of stuff. That's the question, yeah. So yes, so there's an example given in our Shastras. In our Shastra, it says this lady, she bought a beautiful cage, golden cage, and it's a beautiful bird inside. So what she did is, she every day, because it was a golden cage, she would go and shine the whole cage every single day. And then one day, few days later, she realized the bird is dead. Because she was so busy cleaning the cage, keeping it shiny, she forgot to feed the bird. Yeah. So in our scriptures, that story, the cage represents our body, and the bird represents our soul. So we are so interested in the body, we forget to feed the soul. So in order to feed the soul, the only way you can feed the soul is through devotional service, nothing else. Like everything else has got nothing to do with the soul. However, when you do anything connected to Krishna, that activity becomes devotional service. Yes?
I think there's one part in the Bhavad Gita which says like Krishna likes sacrifice.
Yeah.
So if you like sacrifice your time and your like personal pleasure, Krishna will take it as a devotional service.
It's a brilliant point. Very nice.
So like I'm just clarifying, if you're like eating or something and then you like think of Krishna and you just like is that?
Yes, it is. It is helping your soul. Every time you think of Krishna, for example, I have a friend. He was a complete atheist like a few years ago. Now he's a Krishna conscious devotee, and what he does is when he eats food, this is his meditation. He does not talk to anyone when he's eating. He should not be anywhere. So what he does is every time he chews it, he will say Hare Krishna in his head. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He'll do four mantras before he will swallow his food. That kind of stuff. So imagine his eating food is a pure meditation towards Krishna. So he's feeding his body as well as he's feeding his soul at the same time. So when we, for example, your mom and dad, when they go to work, if they go to work so that they can go and enjoy holidays in Las Vegas, then it is just feeding this body. But if they go to work so that they can have enough resources for the whole family to become Krishna conscious, then when they're actually at work, their work is also devotional service.
So you can do like anything for the body if you have like an intention for like Krishna.
Yes, if your purpose is to become a devotee, and when you're doing that action has a remembrance of Krishna, and you know why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for my personal sense gratification, I'm doing this for Krishna, or to become more devotional, then whatever you're doing, that becomes devotional service.
Same, I just wanted to add to make her understand more.
Yeah.
Like if you make food and if you offer to Krishna, it becomes prasad. Right?
one जगह ना होती पीछे
spread her legs. It's got filled.
हाँ. Yeah, Prabhuji. So I'm just telling her like if we make food, until we are not offering it, it's just a food for us. But once we offer to Krishna, it becomes prasadam. Same like our house is a ghar, home, makan, right? But once we bring Krishna here, it becomes mandir, temple. Exactly the same thing if we go to holidays. Instead of you saying I'm going to holiday, if you go to any Tirth Sthan, like a Vrindavan, Mayapur, it become your like your what to say Tirth Yatra. It become your Tirth Yatra. So similarly, once you are eating and while eating you are chanting or you are thinking of Krishna, it's also a devotional service.
Because when you're eating and you're thinking this is Krishna Prasad, and if it's a remembrance of Krishna, even that thought, that the whole act becomes devotional. Behind you.
So, like in Srimad Bhagavatam, so in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the same thing as you said, but it said like that cage and the bird, and then so if like people are satisfied the cage by making it better, they won't satisfy the bird, I mean the soul, and then they're not satisfying its body, and the soul is not satisfied, and then that's what's gonna happen, and then like I just say that like the bird is our soul, and then that is why we have to protect the bird, the soul, but it won't have to satisfy our body alone. Have to satisfy our soul more than we satisfy our body.
Very nice, beautiful. So we have to satisfy the Lord. So there are a lot of examples in our Shastras. One example is, for example, if you pick up a grain of morsel of food or something, you pick up a fruit and your hand is holding that fruit, the hand goes, my goodness man, every time I do all the labor, I pick up everything, and this mouth, he is the one who is taking pleasure. And the mouth is saying, no, I'm just chewing it, I'm just chewing it, I'm not taking any pleasure, it's going inside. And then suddenly he said it's the throat, it must be this esophagus, they must be enjoying it, food pipe is enjoying it. And food pipe goes, no, I'm not doing anything, I'm just a medium, it goes inside the stomach. So they said, oh, so who is enjoying it is stomach. So when, kaam hum kare, enjoy your stomach kare. So what they do is, say we're going to go on strike. So the leg said, I'm not going to walk up to the fruit tree. Hand said, I'm not going to pick up the fruit. And the mouth said, I'm not going to chew. And the throat said, I'm not going to let him swallow. Guess what will happen after some time? If there is no food, yes, what will happen?
Like if there's no food, sometimes you might vomit.
Yeah, and your hands, very good. You will vomit. Whatever you have, that will come out. And if you don't eat, what will happen? You'll have no energy. The hand will have no energy. The legs will have no energy to walk. And then what happens is after some time, the hand realizes, oh my goodness, if I'm not feeding the stomach, what's happening? Ultimately, who is suffering? I'm suffering. Similarly with us, the stomach in this story is Krishna. If we don't try and satisfy Krishna and we want to just satisfy, ourselves, then we will not have energy. We will not be actually satisfied at all. So these are a lot of examples that our Shastras has given. One of the points that I want to share is when she said that, what did you say, beta? You said sacrifice. So I was talking to my friend on Ekadashi, and he said, oh, do you want some? I said, no, I'm fasting today. He said, why torturing your body, So I told him that I am giving this up for Krishna. And he said, oh, so your God enjoys when you're suffering. Then I had to say, come sit, it will take a little bit of time. So I sat him down and I told him, Krishna is not interested in my fasting. Krishna is only interested in me controlling my senses. Because of these senses, I am not able to achieve what I really need to achieve, which is love of Godhead. And the only thing that is coming in my way is my attachment to these senses. So what I am doing is, I am telling my senses, no, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to God. So Krishna is not happy that I'm starving. Krishna is happy that I am giving up my sense gratification for a higher purpose. and he knows that this is gonna help me grow, and he is only interested in my growth, and that is why he is happy. He is not happy if I don't eat kind of stuff. That's why I was telling Auntie Ji, aapko to you have to eat. Don't worry about fasting and stuff, because if you fast too much, then your body will deteriorate and you won't be able to serve the Lord. You know? This body is the instrument to serve the Lord. You know? All right. Next one. कोई बात नहीं, आप भी आपकी वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, मानने की जरूरत, मानने वाली बात ही नहीं है ना। आत्मा आप देखो, एक होती है समझदारी, किसमें है? समझदारी उसमें है कि आप ज्यादा समय तक भगवान की सेवा करना चाहते हैं, बस थोड़ा सा ही टाइम है, भगवान इतना ही समय है मेरे पास। अगर आप अपनी जिंदगी को बढ़ाना चाहते हो, थोड़ा ज्यादा दिन सेवा करना चाहते हो, तो आपको उसके लिए कुछ सैक्रिफाइस करना पड़ेगा, वो यही है। Alright, we'll start. We'll talk. I'll talk to you after this. Number 2, Shri Bhagwan. Now this time Krishna is gonna start talking, so please repeat after me. Shri Bhagwan Vacha Kutaspa Kashmalam Midam Vishme Samupasthitam Anarya Justam Swargyam Kirti Karma Arjuna Shri Bhagwan Vacha Kutasva Kashmala Idam Vishme Samupastitam Anarya Justam Ashwargyam Kirti Karma Arjuna.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Kutasva Kashmalam
Kutasva Kashmalam Midam
Vishame Samupastitam Anarajustam Aswargyam Kirti Karamarjuna
Akirti Karamarjuna.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kutasva Kashmalam Midam Vishme Samupastitam Anarya-justam asvargyam Akirtim karam Arjuna.
Shri Bhagwan Vacha
Shri Bhagwan Vacha
Kutasva Kashmal Idam
Kutasva Kashmalam Idam
Vishme Samupastitam
Vishme Samupastitam Anarya-justam asvargyam Akirti karam Arjuna. Do you want to read the translation?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infame."
Thank you. Better.
So this is the first verse that Krishna is saying. And Krishna is calling him, saying, "My dear Arjun, you have these, how have these impurities come upon you?" What was the five reasons that he gave not to fight? Krishna is calling it impurities. But हमने तो देखा, it was what? Compassion, enjoyment अलग था, but one was compassion, enjoyment. What was the third one? Destruction of family. What was the other one? Traditions, family tradition. And the last one was indecision, which will come in 2.6. So he's saying, कहाँ से आई impurities? अब Arjun was saying, मैंने भगवान को बोला, भगवान, I don't want to fight because of this. Krishna must be really happy, because I'm so compassionate. I'm looking after my enemy brothers as well. And Krishna, the first sentence he says, all of these are impurities. Kahan se aayi? You know? And now Krishna is gonna give him, he will chastise him a little bit, but he will chastise him with a smile. You know? We will do these two verses, and then we'll do the purport for both of those verses together. Klebhyam masma gamah partha netyatva aupapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam Kaktatoshti parantapa. Klebyam masma gamaha partha netattvai upapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyakto vishta parantapa. Klebyam masma gamah partha netattat upadatyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyakto vistishta parantapa. Who wants to read the translation? Hang on, someone who hasn't read. Some child who hasn't read.
Yeah.
This good, ये वाली गुड़िया वाली.
इसका सबसे पहला नाम यही था.
Do you want to read?
No,
are you gonna be read? Okay, give it to her. Pratha.
Do not yet yield to this degree. It doesn't become, it does not become you if of such petty weakness of heart and arise all chastise of the enemy.
Thank you. Well done. Krishna is actually saying, "O son of Pratha." Who is Pratha? Pratha. Parth is Arjuna, the son of Pratha. Kunti Pratha. Yeah. So son of Pratha. Why is he saying Pratha? Because why do you think he is calling him Pratha in this way? हाँ नहीं ठीक है क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Why is he calling this name? He could have called him Arjun. He could have called him anything else. Why Pratha? That's the thing. My wife first time when she came to Ajmer in India, she calls me Mishra, na? So she called Mishra, and me, my brother, my dad, everyone looked at her. And then she was Mishra, and I said, "We are not Mishras. Which one?" So no, that's not the reason why he called him Pratha. What is yes, Mataji?
I think just to set that standard. That
Yes.
This is what you come from.
So he's saying, "देखो तो सही तुम कहाँ से आ रहे हो? You know, look at your standard. The stuff that you just saying that you don't want to fight, where is it coming from? You're son of Pratha. You're not an ordinary person. You're not a person who is born on the street or something. You're not born out of someone who has no name. You're son of Pratha. Like, कहते हैं Maratha Manush. You're Maratha Manush. We say that, na? Why we say that? We want to say, what we are trying to say is we're going to invoke that auspiciousness. We're going to invoke their sentiments towards who am I? Where am I saying these things from? Who am I being when I say these things? And that's what he's saying. Krishna is saying, Pratha. He's calling, "O son of Pratha, this is degrading importance. It does not become of you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, a chastiser of enemy." He's calling him chastiser of enemy. He goes, you give punishment to your enemies, and now you're becoming like a weak person. does not suit you. आपको suit नहीं करता है बिल्कुल ये. And that's why he's calling it pratha. So we're gonna focus on what is the first thing we're gonna talk about is कृष्णा को इसमें क्या बोला गया है इस वाले वर्ष में श्री भगवान उवाच. कई बार लोग बोलते हैं कि how do you know Krishna is Lord? Here it is. It's not something, it's somebody is calling red. It's not a big deal. He's Bhagwan. He's saying, and in Bhavad Gita it says Bhagwan, and Krishna will tell him that he's Bhagwan himself. But here it is clearly says wherever Krishna is speaking in Bhavad Gita, what does it say? Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. It doesn't say Krishna Uvacha or anything like that. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and why is it important for us to understand that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? Because there is a supreme truth. It can be understood in three ways. हम लोगों ने example भी दिया था अपने भक्ति रक्षा में. So what happens is we saw example क्या था? There are three people. They were sitting down and talking about, and somebody said, "Hey, there's a train coming. Do you know?" And these guys said, "What is train?" He said, "Go and find out yourself." So all of these three said, "Where do I go?" I said, "Go all the way over there. There's some tracks. वहाँ पर खड़े जाओ, you will see the train." So these guys went there, and then suddenly in the night they saw a light from far away. So one of the friend, he ran back. He said, "I saw the train." He went back. So लोगों ने पूछा, "How does the train look like?" Looks like light. But the two people were still standing there. The other two people, they stood there and they saw the train. And then they realized, "Oh my goodness, this is compartments." So this second man, he ran back. He said, "I know what train is." He went to the village and villagers asked him, "What is the train? How does it look like?" He said, "It's just little compartments." But the third person who was still standing there, train आई, station पे रुकी, some people got off, some people got in, and they left. And then the third person came to the village and they asked, "What is a train?" And he said, "A train is those compartments where people travel inside and they take you from one place to another place." So now tell me, was the first person lying? No. Was the second person lying? So then, but what was the difference between three explanations? What is the only difference? They're all, yes, Peter. Can you pass the mic, Peter? What is the difference?
The third one's description was more clear.
More clear, but yeah, it is more clear. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's more clear.
Earlier to having incomplete picture.
Very nice.
The way of seeing it.
I think it's all.
Prabhu, it's the information you have at hand at that point in time. So basically, your information keeps changing as you gain knowledge and experience about certain things, or like life. Like I wouldn't have that much knowledge what I had like 6 months ago. You move on. So.
Very nice. Very good. So similarly, भगवान को जो supreme truth है उनको understand करने के तीन तरीके हैं. So all three were right, and one was complete. The last one had complete knowledge. The other two does not have complete knowledge. So there are some people who think God is light, and just सब भगवान एक light है, निराकार स्वरूप है ना. Then there are some people who think that God is Paramatma in our heart. That's it. वो परमात्मा, as a Paramatma, he lives in our heart. And there is a third understanding, which understanding is Bhagwan. God is Bhagwan who has 2 hands, 2 eyes, nose, mouth, 2 legs. Things like the way we look. God has made us in His own image. So, which one? So, if there are 3 understanding of God, which one is not correct? All of them are correct. That was a trick question. Very good. So all of them are correct, but which one is the complete understanding? The third one, which says God is, so God is with 2-handed form of God, that is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and He reside in our heart in the form of Paramatma. The same person in the form of Paramatma stays in our heart. And जो ब्रह्म ज्योति जिसकी लोग बोलते हैं, that ब्रह्म ज्योति is the effulgence that is coming from his body. So now you understand the train example and this example, you know. So this is what the first learning in here is. There are three phases of absolute truth: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Brahman is the light, Paramatma is as a Paramatma in our heart, and Bhagwan as a person. He is actually person. He is not a nirakar. ऐसा नहीं कि उनका आकार नहीं है. He is a person. He has a form. Second is, there is a definition. There are 6 opulence. कोई बता सकता है what are the 6 opulence? What is the meaning of Bhagwan? हमने भक्ति विषय में पढ़ा था. Bhagwan. Bhag का मतलब होता है 6 opulences. 6. And Van का मतलब होता है someone who possesses those 6 opulences. What are the 6 opulences? Power, fame, beauty, intelligence, knowledge, renunciation. Very good. So there are 5. So, there's one more. Where's one more?
Surrender.
Huh? Wealth. Bhagwan is someone who has all of these in full. जैसे इस world में you will have one person who's a billionaire. He's got more money than everyone else in the whole world, but he might not have other things. Fame, beauty, strength. कुछ ना कुछ में he will not be the number one. Krishna is the only person in the whole universe who is full of all of this. He's the most renounced person because he's got all the other 5 opulences, but he is not attached to any of those. यहाँ पर क्या होता है? A pauper is proud of his penny. You know, have you heard of this? कुछ कितना भी अपने पास कुछ भी हो उसके लिए we are so proud कि we have this. You know, if I can talk something nice, I become proud. Oh my goodness, see how beautifully I speak these things. So we become proud. We become attached. Some people get attached to this gaddi. That, you know, I'm sitting here. You know, someone was talking to me. He said, Prabhu, this gaddi is very dangerous. I said, no, it's not dangerous. Yasdev's gaddi. And this gaddi is very good because it brings people to God. But if this gaddi is used to create influence in the society for your own benefit, then this gaddi becomes a way to hell. So we need to not be proud of anything. Some people are really proud of their beauty, their voice, their Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Bobby Prabhu ki jai. Puja Mataji ki jai. Please daddy.
ये मजाक उड़ा रहे हो, भक्ति कर रहे हो.
Thank you Prabhu. Bobby Prabhu, you will do the Narsimha Aarti. Today. Red, who was driving red Mitsubishi? It's parked incorrectly. It's gonna get a fine. Yeah. It will have to be known. Okay, so thank you, Bobby Prabhu. Good to see you. So what we need to do is this Bhagwan के 6 appearances होते हैं. Krishna has all of that in full. That's why we call him Bhagwan. And the next one is the Krishna. He calls him Anare. Can you see this word here? Anare. Anare Jushtam. Anare. एक होता है आरे, एक होता है अनारे. Do you know what the meaning of आरे is? Civilized, yeah. That's actually a very technical meaning, civilized. What is the meaning of आर्य?
आर्य हमारी प्राचीन जो है हम आर्य ही कहलाते हैं.
हाँ, उनको क्यों आर्य? आर्य का क्या मतलब होता है? What is the meaning of आर्य? जैसे कई बार होता है ना, कई लोग बोलते हैं हाँ आर्य समाज. So आर्य जब हम किसी को बुलाते हैं ना बड़े इससे प्रतिष्ठित लोगों को क्यों बोलते हैं? What is the meaning of आर्य? आदर्श. Adarsh is part of it. Huh?
They're basically aristocratic.
Aristocratic? Stature. But what is the main thing of Arya? Where does it come from? हाँ, लेकिन उसका जो नाम है उसका क्या मतलब है? Bring warrior, but ये warrior is, but what kind of warrior? Yes, he was Arya. Huh? A noble warrior, knowledgeable warrior. A knowledgeable, noble warrior is called Aryan. And when someone is called Anarya, what does that mean? He is not following the Arya, because you are coming from the Arya parampara, and then what you are saying is you're doing things. You are Arya, you're coming from Aryas, but now you're doing something which is Anarya. That's why he says one who knows the value of life. What Mataji said, you need to make sure that you're noble, humble, knowledgeable. You know? And you said civilized, you know, it's actually the meaning of, and civilization based on spiritual realization. Abhi kya hota hai, hum log, I was working with some Aborigines in New South Wales for 6 weeks. I was volunteering, and I stayed with them for 6 weeks, and they told me a story of when, Mr. Cook came down to Australia, and he said what he said to the Aborigines. So he goes to an Aborigine, he says, you don't know how to dress, you don't know how to talk, you have ridiculous names. So from now onwards, your language is English, your name is John, you will follow Christianity, and you will start wearing shirts and pants. Because this is called civilization. But if you look at Harappa civilization, this civilization does not mean that civilization ka matlab kya hota hai? Something which is uniform. Uniformity is called civilized no uniformity. But in लोगों ने क्या बोला? The civilized, what you are doing is not civilization. What I'm gonna give you is civilization. Captain Cook said that, and that's why he destroyed the whole thing. He said, you're gonna talk in my language, you're gonna read my books and all those sort of things. He tried to change Aborigines completely, and that's what we are doing right now. अभी आप इंडिया में जाओगे, इंडिया में if like last year, 2019, I went to India and I was doing parikrama and I was in my dhoti. And then I traveled all the way to Ajmer in dhoti, and I was walking and somebody says, you know, क्या पुरानी जवानी की ये पहन रखे आपने ना, you know? Why don't you wear something civilized? And I was about to turn around and say, I'll tell you what civilized means. And I thought, no, I don't. This is not the time, place, and circumstance to say that. So what I did is I said thank you for your compliment, and I walked off. And I was, and then I was thinking that this is what Srila Prabhupada has taught us. Because civilization does not mean that I need to wear suit and tie, and that's what civilization means. That's not. That's part of what a norm that we see. But civilization does not mean. So civilization based on spiritual realization is called Arya civilization. And non-Aryan कौन है? वो सारे के सारे लोग who do not know the aim of their life is, they don't know their aim of life is Vishnu. छोड़ो Vishnu तो छोड़ो. If you pick up someone like randomly in a train and say, hey, what is the purpose of your life? They will freak out. I guarantee you they will freak out. A lot of us will freak out as well, to be honest. If you ask them, what is the purpose of life? Because we need to know. Imagine कोई train में बैठा है, you say, hey, कहाँ जा रहे हो? And if he tell you, I don't know, you say, कैसा पागल है, train में बैठा है? Train में क्यों बैठे हो? Everybody was going in, so I went in. तो और भी पागल है तो, you know why you go, you know? But if you think about us, what are you doing? I'm studying engineering. Why? Oh, my friend was studying engineering. Oh, okay. What do you want to be? I don't know. Okay, so where are you heading in your life? I don't know. जहाँ जिंदगी ले जाए. हम तो कटी पतंग के जैसे हैं. You know what is the difference between kati patang and patang which is not which is still with the string? क्या difference होता है? Kati patang और control. And so
you can maneuver it.
Okay, हाँ ठीक है, maneuver it. लेकिन एक और difference है कि kati patang eventually लेकिन वो डोर पे लगी पता है, you can stay because the reason is because the string is attached to it. It is called discipline. So discipline, some people think that discipline is bandhan, but that bandhan is keeping the kite afloat. So when some people say I don't want to do this because मुझे तो पता ही नहीं मुझे कहाँ जाना है. So we don't call them pagal, but we call the person who is sitting in a train pagal. But there is a part of us who is definitely pagal. If the degree of us don't know, the degree that we don't know where we are heading, to that degree we are mad. Does it make sense? To that degree that we don't know where we are heading. Sometimes people say, I know where I'm heading. For example, devotees we have to go back home, back to water, that's our goal. But if that is our goal, are we heading towards it? For example, you started driving, you have to go to the city, but you're driving towards Geelong, and somebody asks you, where are you going? I'm going to the city. But you're driving the opposite direction. Dunya goal hai, eventually I'll get to the city. It is possible, but problem is, if you know what your goal is, how much you're working towards that goal. That is more important as well. Yes, ma'am.
Are we lost rather than pagal? Like the point I'm trying to make.
Are we not lost rather than pagal? That's a very good point. Why should we call ourselves lost or should we call ourselves pagal? Yes. You know what I call it? Lost is better. It sounds better.
This makes you seem crazy.
Huh?
Indian word makes you seem so crazy.
Yeah, pagal makes you seem crazy. Okay? So we are definitely lost, but do you know that even if what is the definition of pagal? What is the definition of pagal? Think about it. Just give me anything. How do we call someone pagal? Huh?
Doing things differently.
Doing things differently? Yeah. Yes.
Lost for foreign.
Beta. Doing something weirdly. Yeah. Doing something weirdly. Doing something differently. What else? How else do we? Yes, Beta. Crazy. How do you know? Yes, ma'am. Not in the senses. How do you know someone is in the senses and not in the senses? How do you know? Because they are not behaving normally. Yeah. So that means normality is good. Being normal is good. If everybody is drinking in a pub, it's normal in the pub, but is it good? So maybe normality is not a very good thing. So what else we can do? How do we know if someone is pagal?
I think someone who doesn't really care about their surroundings.
Somebody who doesn't care about the surroundings. Mahatma Gandhi did not care about the surroundings and he was doing satyagraha. He was getting lathi charge, but he did not care. Was he pagal?
The person who don't know what they're doing.
Some people who don't know what they're doing. Yeah, we can call them. But some kids don't know. Are they pagal? No, this is a very good point. So think about it. What is the meaning of pagal?
People who are looking London talking Tokyo.
Looking London talking Tokyo. Someone is just distracted, but that's not pagal. What is pagal?
Sometimes extremities can cause the
Pagalman? Yes. Extremities. Someone's emotional is fluctuating a lot. Yeah. But they're mainly emotional. They're not pagal. So how do we say who is pagal? Who's crazy? Mentally disturbed. But how do we know that mentally they are mentally? What are they doing that gives us? Yes.
Anger issues.
Huh? Anger issues. Yeah, that is definitely pagal. So that's what I'm saying. We all have a little bit of pagal. Yes.
Someone who doesn't do things as per the standards of the society.
Someone who doesn't do the things as per the society. So the Captain Cook who went there, he thought his society, the only society is that tiny England. That's what he said, the whole world is that England. He went and told them, you need to be normal like me. Was he?
People call him pagal, right?
No, was he pagal?
No, he's not, but it's a perception. People think. You don't think that way.
No, I get it. So we're thinking about what. So if someone is following a pattern in a society, he's not pagal. But if you look at the society of pagal, they're following their pattern, being irrational. That's their pattern. So that's not probably that's not the definition. Well, how do we know someone is pagal?
Lack of knowledge.
Huh?
Lack of knowledge.
Yes. Lack of knowledge. Pagal, there's only one. You look up anywhere. Go ChatGPT. It will tell you what it is. Knowledge. If the only pagalpan is when you don't have knowledge and you're acting adversely to the knowledge that is written in scriptures, not any knowledge. Knowledge is there as well. How to make a cocktail drink is there. It's a knowledge as well. But that's not gonna take us back to Godhead, you know. Mocktails maybe, if we offer that to Krishna, but cocktails won't, you know. So knowledge, kaisi knowledge? Spiritual knowledge. Something that is gonna elevate us spiritually from the soul, not this body. This body can get elevated by what? Name, fame, adoration, you know, everything. But the soul can only get elevated through one thing, which is bhakti. Bhakti. And the bhakti you cannot do without knowledge. So, pagal, who is pagal? Someone who is either not knowledgeable or they not using the knowledge. सबसे बड़ा पागल वो है जिसको पता है मेरा पर्पस क्या है, but फिर भी वो कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. जिसको पता है कि मेरे को ईस्ट की तरफ जाना है, to go to the city, but still driving towards the bus, that is पागल. That is bigger पागल. अगर किसी को डायरेक्शन का पता ही नहीं है, he is driving, that's fine. Imagine मैं अपनी कह रहा हूँ, we are such पागल कि हमारा तो GPS भी बोल रहा है make a U-turn, लेकिन फिर भी हम लोग ड्राइव कर जा रहे हैं.
तो प्रभु knowledge तो हुई ना फिर. Knowledge होगा.
No, there is that. So we started off with this thing. There is knowledge and there is realized knowledge. So the knowledge that I'm talking about is not that knowledge. I'm talking about realized knowledge. There's science. One is called knowledge and one is science. Science is called उस knowledge को हम apply करते हैं. Then we learn and we grow with that knowledge. That knowledge that becomes realization, and that realization is called solid knowledge. उसकी बात करें. क्योंकि knowledge तो सबको है. सिगरेट के पैकेट पे क्या लिखा होता है? Smoking kills. Either they don't know English, maybe, or they don't know what is the meaning of kills, but they're still smoking. They have the knowledge, but they don't have the realized knowledge because so क्या है? They're slave of their senses. They have to smoke, otherwise they feel really bad. So what is the definition of pagal? Someone who is not in knowledge. Anyone who is not in knowledge is pagal.
So we follow up question.
Yes.
So having knowledge is fine, but how do you convert knowledge to realized knowledge?
Yeah, very good question. Guys, the question is, how do you convert your knowledge to realized knowledge? कोई बता सकता है?
By applying it.
Yes, by applying it. But how do you know how to apply it? Very good. That's a very good. But how do you know what is devotional service? Scriptures, yeah. Scriptures में तो Krishna never said to go and work in coals. So if Krishna never told me to go and work in a bank, so but I'm working in the bank, that can be devotional as well because if I'm connected for Krishna service. Very nice. Sorry? Yes. So process. What happened? We'll talk about that. Yes, Prabhu. Association is what? Yes, very nice. So the only ways we are called Raganuga. Anuga का मतलब होता है we are Rupanuga actually. Rupa Goswami, following Rupa Goswami. So if you want to change your knowledge to realized knowledge, only thing you have to do is follow someone who is doing the same thing. That's it. So what we are trying to do, like I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to follow Srila Prabhupada. So when I read Srila Prabhupada's purport, I don't read as purport just to come and give classes. I want to see what is Srila Prabhupada saying to me personally. Vishnu Prayeshwar Das, this is what. By the way, how many of you know that my name is Vishnu Prayeshwar Das? Actually, how many of you don't know that my name is Vishnu Prayeshwar Das? Okay, so I'm just letting you know my name is Vishnu Prayeshwar Das. Brijesh was my name, but now I'm called Vishnu Prayeshwar Das. So what happened is in the temple, somebody told me, he said, your Bhakti Raksha people don't know your spiritual name? I said, what do you mean? They all said, we are from Brijesh Prabhu's Bhakti Raksha, Brijesh Prabhu's Bhakti Raksha. They don't know his spiritual name? I said, I thought they knew, but I'll reconfirm it. So,
I thought it was Bridge Vishnu.
No, bridge, because I want people to see that this Vishnu Prayeshwar Das is bridge as well. This is for my friends who are not devotees. They don't know my spiritual name. For them, it's bridge. So, what was it saying? So I was saying that Krishna is telling me, Brijesh, Prabhupada is saying, Vishnu Krishna Das, this is what you have, this is what I'm telling you right now. So when I follow that, only then my knowledge can be transferred to realized knowledge. Otherwise, क्या होगा? कहते हैं वो was the पोथी पढ़ पढ़ जग भया, पंडित भया न कोई, ढाई अक्षर प्रेम का पढ़े सो पंडित होए. ये मेरे को मेरे फ्रेंड ने बताई थी और मुझे बोल रहा था कि ब्रिजेश उस लड़की को जाके प्रपोज कर दे. ढाई अक्षर पढ़. तो when we are in a different age, we thought love means that attraction that we have for, opposite sex. But that's not love. Love is only one thing, which is related to Krishna. Everything else is infatuation. We call it infatuation. Love is only with Krishna. And everything else is a sub part of it. So only way you can do the realized knowledge to change it to realized knowledge is when you follow someone who is actually doing that. Problem happens is how do we find those people? So it is very hard. So what you do is you follow Srila Prabhupada and stay in the association of devotees, as Mataji said over there. So that way, what you will do is the devotees are the compass. They will keep telling you, go this direction, go this direction. Now problem is, just because we are devotees, we should not think that I am the compass. क्योंकि क्या होता है, जैसे ही डिवोटी बने सबसे पहले हमारे हाथ में क्या आ जाती है, एक स्केल रूलर आ जाता है. We started measuring everyone. कितने राउंड्स करा? जैसे इंडिया में पूछते हैं ना आपका नाम क्या है, तो उनको बोलो ब्रिजेश, कहते हैं पूरा नाम क्या है. You know why they want to know? They want to see how much value I should give this person. That means नाम की वैल्यू नहीं है, मेरे सरनेम की वैल्यू है. And the second question they ask, what do they do? What do you do? Now they want to weigh me up. कि भाई मैं उससे किस तरीके से बात करूं, किस लिहाज से बात करूं, तू लगा के बात करूं या आप या श्रीमान, क्या बोलते. So what happens is when we become devotee, we all have a little bit of ruler in there. कितने राउंड कर रहे हो आप? अरे इतने, इधर साइड में आप कितने कर रहे हो? आप बहुत अच्छे हो. So we started looking at people with the scale of what I am doing, but that's not bhakti. Bhakti is when I look at everyone and say, you know what, this person is loved by Krishna as much as Krishna loves me, maybe more, because this person may not have that artha that I have. So bhakti will give you, true bhakti will get rid of that ruler and give you a transmitter where you touch people and try and transfer their goodness or try and learn from the goodness of people, even bad people. Everybody has good and bad. So that is bhakti. इसीलिए, I don't know why I was making this point. Why I was making this point? पागल से शुरू हुआ था मैं. So anyway, so what I was saying is that's how you can actually do. So bhakti mein, so we need to make sure that we let people on this path of bhakti not with a ruler, with lot of love. And वो कब दे पाएंगे हम? जब हम अपने आप को दूसरे से superior नहीं समझेंगे. And just because I'm sitting here, I don't have a right to tell people off for whatever. That's not the purpose of this. This purpose of this is to distribute love of God. Srila Prabhupada distributed love of God. Do you think we have qualification to go back home back to order? No. But do you think we can go? Yes, we can go. Kyun? Srila Prabhupada said it. You follow the 4 regulative principles, you chant the 16 rounds, I will take you back home back to order. And that's what knowledge and realized knowledge has difference. And that is why you see a lot of panthas are there. Even like my wife, she's Christian. Yeah? Christianity has a very strict guidelines. But the problem is, the only thing that is missing is they don't have any concept of next life. So what happens is, if I don't take Jesus as my savior, then I will for eternity I'll be in hell for eternity. That means that's it. This is the only chance I have to accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. If I don't, then I go eternity to hell. Now, if you ask them, हमारा God is God so cruel कि यार मैंने एक बार, like our kids, if our kids don't respect us, we will never send them to hell. We may say, tell it to them, भाड़ में जा, but we don't really mean it. doesn't matter what our kids have done, we will always have. Krishna loves us no matter what we think, what we feel about him at all. He is the supreme father. But what we are struggling with is our own identity here as a human being. Like, we are struggling here as a human being. He loves us. He wants us to go back to him. But we are the one who are making that decision that no, I'm going to be here. Oh my God, it's 9:07. I'm so sorry. We finish at 8:30. Sorry. Whoever is here for the first time, don't panic. This is longer than normal class. Anyway, sorry. I completely forgot. Okay, so Beta, you want to say something? Can you pass on the mic? Yeah, can you pass on the mic?
But Prabhu, it's okay. Today is the last day.
Yeah, today is the final day before we go on holiday. So now, Beta, you want to say something? No, that's okay. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Anybody has any realization before we wrap up? They want to share? No? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. I'm so sorry. I'm completely